my cup with some Java love. Sit on down, let's talk it up. I know some laughing lattes, laughing lattes.
Welcome to Life and Lattes with Liv and Cole. I'm Cole.
And I'm Liv.
Thanks for drawing that out, too.
You're welcome.
You know when you say something or say something weird, you just go like, can I retract that?
Yeah, you're like, why did I do that?
That's funky.
I'm embarrassed. It's like whenever I've made like stories on my Instagram and I have like done like the hands-free one, so it just keeps recording till you tell it to stop. And then I get like towards the end and I like say something stupid and I'm like, why did I do that? I have all of this work. Now I have to redo all of that again.
Sometimes it's weird to watch yourself.
It is.
And you'll like start and like the other day I filmed myself like in the backyard and I was just like, that was the thing I was doing with the Mondays or whatever. And I'm just like walking around waving my phone in front of my face. And I'm like, I'm sure my neighbors think
like,
I'm nuts.
What is he doing?
And I had to do it like 6 times.
Right, because you messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you say something stupid. You're like,
yeah. Oh my gosh. I should, I think there was one in particular that I think I saved like a blooper of when I was posting one for our giveaway. And I was like, it was so bad. I should start like posting them because I think those are really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to redo that video like probably 5 times because
people, these are the things you don't see.
And my phone fell down and like all like it's just.
You're not putting it on a tripod or anything, are you?
No.
Why are you not like as much as you do social media wise?
I should.
Or get like one of those like the tripod things where the legs move.
I know.
Just saying.
What am I doing with my life?
Come on, Liv.
I need to get together.
Be more professional.
I know.
It's okay. Not everybody is a equipment junkie like myself.
Not everyone can be a Cole Ankney.
Right.
Thank
That's
God.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
We said the same thing essentially, but I'm sure we said it for different reasons. Well, probably. Speaking of giveaways, let's just talk about it now since you mentioned it.
Let's do it.
Give them some details, Liv.
All right. So it is officially fall, okay?
And you know why it's officially fall. You know how it's officially fall when you see me walking with my Uggs on.
Yep. He walked in with his Uggs. He had a whole strut.
First day. I had to get him out and polish them off. I was like, you been okay in the closet? You doing okay?
You slept with him last night, cuddled up next to him, didn't want him to feel alone.
I told you that in confidence.
Stop. But no, it's like
there are no Uggs in the giveaway. Sorry.
Sorry. Not yet.
Maybe one day, you know, when the audience grows a little bit more, maybe we'll give away a pair of Uggs.
Oh gosh.
How many followers do we have right now?
Oh, I don't know.
On the Instagram?
I don't know.
We're probably like what? What's your guesstimate?
Maybe close to 200.
100? Yeah.
2 followers. It's you and me.
We should totally say if we can get to the 500 follower landmark, we should do that.
Give away Uggs?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at you. You're like, I don't
do
know.
This. This is your thing. Maybe you should do this giveaway on your personal page.
Look at you. Okay. I'm going to talk to her. We'll see how this goes. Anyways, the current giveaway.
Oh, my word. So, the current giveaway is... I had to think about it.
I totally got you off track here.
That's okay.
Current giveaway, fall.
It's fall themed, but it now, like, it feels fall outside. Yes. Like, yesterday was, like, in the 60s, and I'm like, this is fall. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But it's been, like, 90 degrees, so it's, like, really hard to get into the fall mood, you know? Like... Fall attire is like my favorite. Like I love sweaters and
layering,
scarves and jackets and boots. Yes.
Gosh.
But I can't wear it when it's 90 degrees out, you know?
You could, but
sweat my butt off. But anyway, we have 2 fall themed coffee mugs in the giveaway. And 2 candles.
2.
Okay. And then we have Starbucks House Blend coffee. And then we also have Starbucks Instant Pumpkin Spice Latte, which is what we're drinking today.
That's a good segue.
Thank you. I've actually never had this one before. I've had their instant brand or whatever.
Right.
But not pumpkin spice.
I have not either. And I literally had my first pumpkin spice latte like last season.
Yeah.
That was the first time. I was like, well, I might as well give it a shot because it was always like, no, I can't do that. I'm not female.
You don't have to be a female to like pumpkin spice.
No, it's just the stigma.
It's a yes.
And that's why I was like,
basic white girl.
Eventually, you just got to say, it doesn't matter, and just go for it.
I mean, you're wearing Uggs, so like.
I know.
Do you
this transformation happened, in like the last couple years. You just had to give me some time to, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, okay, I got the Uggs on. Like, I just need this spice latte. And I'm never going to put leggings on. So you could just.
Thank you.
You could just.
The world thanks you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. The universe thanks you. Gosh. Pass on that.
The galaxy thanks you.
So this is. Speaking of like the leggings, so on your Xbox, I have an Xbox. Yep. You make your avatar, and you only have 2 options for pants. I mean, other than shorts, like it's either like leggings, skinny pants, or like jeans that look like, I don't know, they're like giant cargo jeans that you could fit probably 3 people in.
There's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground. And I was like...
So you picked the skinny.
So I picked the skinny.
I knew it.
And I showed Audrey. I was like, look at my avatar.
Yeah.
And she was laughing. She goes, those are some tight pants. And I have Uggs on in the thing. They're like furry boots. I'm like, yeah.
I can't.
So the minute you said that, like, I just pictured my avatar on
Yeah.
Xbox with leggings and Uggs on.
I believe that.
And I'm like I do like these thumbs up.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's silly. But anyways, back to the pumpkin spice. So this is pretty good. I mean, I've had the one from the store, and I know this is just like hot water, add dust to it.
Yeah.
And this is pretty good. It's not bad.
I'm not mad at it.
I mean, pumpkin spice is not like...
It's a very mild pumpkin spice.
Yes.
I think.
Which is why I like it, because I feel like the one from the store is a little too intense for me.
Like, you mean from a Starbucks?
Yeah, from an actual,
Is too pumpkin-y?
Yeah,
too spicy?
It's the pumpkin. It's too sweet, like the pumpkin sweet part of it. Like, it's a lot. I mean, I like a sweet drink usually, but I don't know. There was just like, pumpkin's not my go-to. I don't go, oh, pumpkin.
Okay.
Which I don't mind a piece of pumpkin pie.
Yeah. I mean, I would actually agree with that. Like, the only pumpkin spice thing I've had is their cold brew.
Yeah. See, and I haven't had that. I've just always had
You
the
would like
regular
that.
old latte.
You would like that.
But this is good. I mean, for an instant coffee, it's a tiny bit watered down, like as you would expect, but it's pretty good.
That could have been my fault.
Oh.
I may have done
I'm
too
not
much
blaming
water.
Starbucks then.
Yeah, don't blame Starbucks.
That's okay. It's
user error.
It's tasty, but like Liv and I were talking before we came on, I bought the pumpkin spice pods for the Nespresso machine, which you know is my jam right now. Mm-hmm. And I like that more just because has more of like a spice to it than like the sweet pumpkin taste.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit more balanced for somebody who's like, I don't just want the buckets of sugar in my Starbucks cup.
It's fair.
Which I've been slowly fading away from that. Like, I drink a little bit stronger coffee now, so things like this, they just taste sweeter.
So, speaking of the whole, like, pumpkin thing.
Yeah.
Before I was, like, super, super into coffee, at Starbucks during fall time, I would get a pumpkin spice frappuccino.
Okay.
But I would do it cream-based rather than coffee-based. And it, like, legit just tasted like pumpkin pie in a cup.
Interesting. I didn't even know that was such a thing.
It is a thing.
Dang.
Yeah, you can do that with any of their frappuccinos. So,
really,
for those of you who like pumpkin but you're not crazy about coffee, you should try it because it's really good.
Liv's coffee hack of the day. Learning something.
I know.
Man, okay. I like it. Cream-based.
Yep.
Not coffee-based.
Correct.
Huh.
The color is, well, see, I don't know, because I think they changed a lot of their, like, artificial coloring and flavors on it, so I don't know if it's going to be, like, a like vibrant orange,
Right.
like it has in the past.
Right, you're like,
So.
just, it looks like they chopped up a traffic cone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I spent $0 in September on Starbucks.
Shut up.
First
High five for that.
first month of the entire year, though. I think I did the math on it because I have a spreadsheet. You know, I averaged out all my Starbucks over the year, and I think between August and January, I had averaged $60 a month in Starbucks.
Robert.
I know. I literally spent $100 one month.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the bank statement of like showing every time I reloaded the card.
Yep.
Yeah, in 1 month.
Oh my god.
So I might not have drank $100 worth of coffee, but I was like, dang.
Oh my god.
And that doesn't include like gift cards and things like that you get.
No.
Like that's just purely my
what
money.
You have a problem.
Okay, we haven't looked at yours, okay? So don't judge me.
Mine is not as bad.
Really?
Really. It really isn't.
But see, that's why I had to do it. You know, I was like, oh, I gotta get
Yeah.
off this train. Although I'm not entirely convinced that I'm saving money with Nespresso, but I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Give it some time to.
I mean, the machine was free, which helps, but like, I'll go in, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna buy the cups, and I'm gonna buy the milk frother, and I want this and that, and like, oh. Then Audrey's like, quit spending money on this. She just laughs at me the entire time. Like, I bought the cleaning kit, because she's like, you have to get the cleaning kit. And I was like, oh, I gotta buy the cleaning kit, because I want to make sure it's clean.
You're too much.
I know.
So, speaking of pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, I did find some pumpkin spice latte facts.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
See what you got.
let's get into it. Oh, I thought this was interesting. It wasn't always called pumpkin spice latte. It was listed on their menus as the fall harvest latte.
Really?
Yeah,
The fall harvest latte. I like pumpkin spice better.
I do too. It sounds better.
Can I have a fall harvest
I know.
latte? Latte. Is it the harvest and the latte? Harvest latte.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I told you today was,
I know.
Liv and I were talking before the episode, and I was like, today's going to be interesting. Let's just go with that
We're
word.
feeling some type of way.
Yeah, that's
today.
okay, though. We miss, like, when we miss a week, it's weird for us, and we hate it just as much as everybody else. It sucks. Like, it just feels wrong not to get up, record a podcast.
I felt bad last week, but
I felt bad, too. I've been feeling real bad. I'm like, we got to...
I know, we got to get back to it.
We're committed. We are committed. We love this. So, you know, we ain't going nowhere.
We are in a committed relationship with the podcast.
Yeah, I was like, please say with the podcast.
Definitely not each other.
No.
Gross.
Well, that's not nice, but go ahead.
I took it too far. I
You
stepped
did.
over the line.
You took it too far, and
I'm
you
just
hurt my
kidding.
feelings.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Kidding.
Okay.
Okay, what's your next fact?
So,
I'm going to ask for it next time. Be like, can I have the fall harvest latte and see what they say?
oh my gosh. I bet though,
Sir?
I bet if you go to like one of the original stores, they might know.
Maybe. How long, when did Starbucks get started? Like, do you know? I can look it up while you okay, I'll look it up while you.
It's, I want to say.
Yeah, let's see if you can guess it.
I want to say the 60s or 70s.
Okay, 60s or 70s. That's a pretty wide range.
Like late 60s, I'll say that. Okay. So, they have changed the recipe since like it initially was launched.
That doesn't surprise me. 71, by the way.
Do what?
71.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was so close.
Yeah.
I mean, I said
It was
late
right
60s,
in between, so, yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll read this to you, this fact. It says, it might be called a pumpkin spice latte, but that doesn't mean the bright orange gourd is actually used in the recipe. Until 2015, the pumpkin sauce didn't contain any pumpkin.
Oh, that's great.
It was just a blend of seasonal spices, including cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. The drink's warm fall color was thanks to the caramel coloring. But with more brands moving away from artificial colors and flavors, Starbucks followed suit. So
that means now it does have pumpkin
Now
in
it does have pumpkin and not the artificial coloring in it.
Did you say 2015?
Correct.
Dang. So it hasn't actually had legit pumpkin in it for that long.
Yeah, correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's only been real pumpkin spice for 4 years.
I know, seriously though. But that's what I like. I think that this one tastes better than the old one.
Okay.
Because they did talk about how they were changing the recipe of it. But
Gotcha. It slipped under the radar for me, just so you know.
What?
Obviously, I've only had this version.
Well, yeah.
So. Shame on me.
So it also says that on Halloween, more orders of pumpkin spice latte are made on actual Halloween.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
You think they'll do like a crazy frap? Like
I don't know. I think usually they do. Like a weird Halloween.
Maybe it'll just be black.
Color. Ew. Gross. Everyone just has black teeth. Gross.
What about the wasn't it like the unicorn frap?
That had like bright like fuchsia and like blue and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked
so
like
those are cream based ones.
Okay. Everybody, there are too many people out there, such as yourself, that are got your finger on the pulse with the Starbucks. Like, I could not move quick enough to get something like that. Those sell out so fast. Those special ones. Like,
I've never even had one like that.
Oh, really?
It just is not.
I don't know. I mean, it's one day, try it, see what it's
my
like.
Fancy, so I'm out.
I just like the exclusives.
I know you do. You're just one of the like hype people.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. I like that.
If everyone else is getting hyped, like you're hyped too.
Yeah.
Even if it's total like crap, like you have, like you're one that's like standing out in line.
Well, no, that it brings me down too, because I'm like get all pumped up. I'm like, oh man, look at that! It's like a purple frap, and then everybody's like, it tastes like crap, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't get it then.
Yeah.
Dang.
So pumpkin spice latte, specifically Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, is so popular that it has its own Twitter account. Did you know that?
That's officially from Starbucks?
It is.
That's crazy.
Its own Twitter account.
I wonder what
with more than 104,000 followers.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more than that even.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
we need to look at that later.
I know we should.
I'm interested to see what they post.
I know.
Buy me.
I remember seeing that like maybe back in high school, but I've forgotten about it since then. Like I'm rarely on Twitter, to be honest. But
it'd be weird too. It's just a Twitter specifically for a drink.
For a drink, yeah. But no, it's like it's almost like I don't even know, like their mascot kind of thing. Like it has its own like personality type thing. So it's not like they're just talking about the drink.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
Smart.
So
I do think it's smart though.
Yeah. I mean,
it's probably
here we are talking about it.
Well, it's their most popular drink, I think.
Oh, it for sure is. They said
it came out the earliest it ever has this year, right? I thought that was a fact. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought maybe I read that somewhere that was like, yeah, it's coming out and it's like the earliest it's ever been out.
Maybe you're right.
Eventually, it's just going to be like McDonald's breakfast. You'll just be able to get it whenever you want.
Probably. Well, really, I think on some of those drinks, I think you still kind of can get it.
Right.
But they don't.
They just don't advertise it
Correct.
as hard. It's just like but
they have like all those like
the holiday drinks are my favorite.
Are they?
Caramel brulee latte.
Oh.
That is my jam.
Yes.
All
and
winter long.
What is that one that's like the...
That's when I will start spending money at Starbucks again.
Oh, there's one that's like a toasted...
Yes.
What is it?
It's toasted something. I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
that one's good too.
That one's really good.
I think Audrey, that's the one you like, right? The toasted, what is it? Do you remember?
Ugh.
It's not, I keep wanting to say marshmallow, but that can't be right. No,
and I want to say nutmeg, but I know that's not right.
It's like a toasted caramel something, isn't it? Gosh, I hate that.
Drat.
I know. Do you have any more facts?
Not about Starbucks.
Oh, man. I was like, give me a second here.
Yeah. Actually,
I
did see one that I don't think I took a screenshot of that one, but I think that it said that it has sold over 200 million drinks worldwide, like pumpkin spice lattes.
That's insane.
That's wild.
That's insane.
It's a whole lot of pumpkin spice.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
It's the toasted white chocolate mocha.
No.
No, that
That's
was from
not
last
it.
year. Best Starbucks holiday drinks 2018. That's the only toasted one. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that.
I don't know if that's right. Pull up their seasonal drinks.
They have the eggnog, toasted white chocolate. I'm pretty sure because that was
'cause
one
I'm
I
not
liked
a big
too.
white chocolate. Am I wrong?
Well, it's totally different though. Well, it's not totally, but gingerbread,
Oh, chestnut
chestnut, praline.
praline latte.
Okay, you like
That's
that?
one I like.
Man, I'm having a hard time talking today. Chestnut praline latte. Man,
Okay, so
excuse my inability to talk. Whew.
So that's
Man,
probably more than you even really cared to know about pumpkin spice.
but now you know.
But now you know because it's Mike's super short show.
Thank you. I used to say that all the time, and I quit saying it because nobody knows what it is.
Brad said it once. Oh my gosh,
Bless
I think
his
this is like right after we got married, and he said it, and I was like, "I love you."
Right? You're like, this was meant
You
to be.
understand me. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's actually kind of funny that you say that. Was that on Disney Channel?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your thoughts on Disney Plus. You don't know what it is, do you?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do know what it is.
What do you think? So, right? Like, they're pulling Marvel from Netflix, all their Disney movies from Netflix. Like, Disney will not be associated with Netflix anymore. So, with
Correct.
that being said, comes out in November, starts at $7.99 a month. Thoughts?
I think it's a good power move for Disney.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why they need more money because I feel like
Right.
Disney is just like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's.
You gonna do it?
I'm not
Okay.
because I don't watch Disney movies that often to justify it. However,
Get it.
my sister-in-law, whose kids are super into it, she was like, you can just have the password if there's a movie you want to watch.
Yeah.
Because they're going to release like certain movies
Right.
just on that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just
Right.
I'll just borrow that from
I'll
you.
piggyback a password from you.
Yeah. But I think it's cool because then like all Disney movies are in one spot and they're
Right.
putting like more movies and shows and stuff on there than like they have on Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah, because that's a very
or whatever.
limited product,
Right.
limited amount. Yeah.
I will say that Lizzie McGuire is coming back. Did you see this?
No.
She's coming back. I'm so excited.
Like it's Hillary Duff?
It's Hillary Duff.
Like now?
now.
Oh, interesting.
And I believe that like she's like a mom or whatever.
Seems to be the theme, right?
Yeah.
In that
Raven.
like, Raven, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was
Yep.
thinking about, yeah.
But I'm way more excited about Lizzie. And it's just going to be released on Disney Plus. So that's why I was like, hey. But you know what? It's probably going to be ridiculously cheesy and something that I can't handle.
Kind of like Fuller House.
Correct.
That was
But
a
like,
lot.
but like for Fuller, like I think the main draw of that is just nostalgic
That's exactly it.
reasons.
Oh my gosh, I watched so much Full House back in the
Oh,
day.
for sure.
But seriously though, I would have watched like the old episodes. If they would have put like every old episode of Full House on there, I would watch that every day.
Heck yes.
They need to.
Give it to me.
Please.
Brad is Danny Tanner, so
Yes.
don't you think? Oh my gosh.
But with that
So
being
funny.
said, again, right now we got the other side of the coin. Maybe you'll buy into this one.
Okay.
So, gonna pull Office and Friends off. NBC's having their own app, but then Seinfeld got signed on to Netflix. Thoughts on all that?
I'm very upset about The Office.
Yes.
I'm very upset about The Office.
It's BS.
It truly is. It's really stupid. Again, I know why they're doing it because like now like all of these things are going to their subscription, monthly, whatever.
Which I'm sure they'll pull Parks and Rec too, which is something I watch.
I know.
Makes me sad.
But I'm like, it's so much easier when all of these are in one place.
No, I get it. Because like
So it's just
we all piggyback off my parents' Amazon Prime account. And I know it's like first world problems, but like
for sure.
you like go through Netflix and you're like nothing, and you go through Amazon Prime and you're like nothing, or HBO, and you like scroll through all this stuff, and sometimes none of them have anything to watch. But like for me, it's the cost. Like I couldn't imagine spending $15 a month on Netflix, and then another $8 on Disney, and then this. Eventually, it's going to cost the same amount as it did when you had just regular old TV.
Oh yes, for sure.
That was the beauty of it. It was so much cheaper. Like even if you're spending 50 or 60 on internet, then another like 30 a month in subscriptions. I knew people who were spending 120, 150 a month on Dish.
Oh yes,
cable.
So.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And like, have you seen like Apple now is going to have Apple TV exclusives?
For real?
Yeah, and you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe to Apple TV Plus or Apple Plus, whatever it is.
Too much.
And then, like there are certain shows like they look good. There's one with like Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell, and like it looks like a good show. But am I going to pay Apple?
No. Yeah.
Sorry.
I know you're not.
And I'm sure right off the bat, it's like it's got to be on an Apple device or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Although I think they did say like if you buy one of the new iPhones, like you get the first year for free or something like that.
Gotcha.
Which is smart, but
yeah.
But like they've even talked about it like it's smart. Some of the companies are catching on, and like Apple did. I think I want to say that they have like a bundle. Then you just get everything, right? You're like, oh, you subscribe and you get, iCloud and Apple TV and everything, and it's like at a cheaper rate, and you just pay like yearly, like Amazon Prime.
Oh.
I was like, that's kind of smart. But it'd be nice if all these companies could do like a bundle.
Yes.
Because it's just going to be silly. Like, I'm not going to pay for NBC, not just for The Office.
No.
Like, I love it, but is it worth that? No.
Right.
It's not worth $8 a month.
I'm really upset about, because like that is like a show that I will just repeatedly have on in the background, because I know the show so well now that like I don't have to watch it, but it's just something that's on,
and it doesn't get old.
No,
it never gets old.
It doesn't. Oh, I last night watched the episode, not intentionally, but it was the next one of the Halloween one where Dwight gets his head stuck in the pumpkin.
I saw your post. I was like, yes.
Oh my gosh. I
was like, man, that's fitting.
Funny. I know. I didn't even plan it. I didn't. It was so funny. I love that show. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, you just got me thinking about it with all the. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know there's fall TV shows coming out. I was going to say, we'll talk about some fall stuff. I know there's usually TV shows that come out, but I couldn't tell you what.
The Good Doctor came back on. This Is Us came back on, and Shark Tank. So those are like, those are the shows.
Shark
in the
Tank's
Beatty
the only one I watch.
household. Well, Brad doesn't watch This Is Us, but I do.
Neither do I, and Audrey watches it.
You do? Oh, good.
Yeah, it's always funny, right? Because it's always during like fall semester, and like midterms are coming up and everything, and so she's always like, I can't watch it, or like, it's what night does it come on? Tuesday nights, and she was always like. She would like not text me for an hour. She's like, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, we should watch it together. Okay, good. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I feel like I cry at every episode. It just is.
And she said the same thing. I'm like, that doesn't sound enjoyable.
No,
I don't want to cry every time I watch a show. That's not the point.
Okay, well, it's like, here's the thing.
Sure, let's dive in. What do you got?
One, I feel like it's not a bad cry. It's a good cry, but I also think it's healthy to sometimes you just gotta let it out sometimes.
Once a week?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sitting there like full on sobbing.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just a sad, just one little tear, just like a. But it's not a sad tear, or is it? Or maybe it depends, right?
Yeah, I think a majority of it is semi-sad.
Man,
it's like, oh, I don't know. It's like a good sad.
Man, I'd love to know the demographics of who watches that show. Just the sheer percentage between male and female.
So I can say this now because the show's been out long enough. This is their third season. Is that right? Okay. That the dad dies because a crock pot caught on fire in the house. And he went back in to like get some stuff and then had inhaled too much smoke and then ended up like dying from that. Okay. So
sounds great.
So Brad knows that is how, what had happened. And now he like makes jokes about crock pots. And I'm just, it's too soon for me.
Oh
Jack
my
died
gosh.
because of a crock pot. Okay, it's too soon.
Audrey, do you really feel the same way?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So like when we used the crock pot the other day, like did you shed a little tear behind my back?
I'm like, I like never want to leave my crock pot on because I'm like, you're gonna
die from the smoke.
It's gonna catch on fire and we're gonna die.
Oh my gosh.
But like that was going all over social media after that episode released. Everyone was like,
everywhere.
Unplug your crock pot.
Right. Just videos of people crying
turning
and
it
unplugging them
on.
off.
Like, yeah. But
Oh
anyway,
my gosh.
that is one of the fall shows that comes out that we watch. Speaking of fall, so I knew that this was a thing, but did you know that it's mostly just Americans that refer to fall as fall? Most others,
Autumn.
yes, specifically the British refer
Makes
to it
sense.
as autumn. And I'm like,
Autumn. It's
I
because they
like-
can say it doesn't sound like it's fall. It's autumn.
I know, but like autumn
That's probably horrible. Don't
sounds
hate me.
autumn sounds so much better. Like I wish that we would call it autumn.
Yeah, but that's how I remember my seasons. Fall into winter, spring into summer.
You're what's wrong with America.
It's just like, never eat soggy waffles.
Ew, never eat soggy waffles.
North, east,
north.
south, and
Oh
west.
my gosh.
This is how it's just like, how do I know how to spell banana?
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Yes.
You got to use your little.
100.
There's a name for that. I don't know what it is. When you associate, to remember something.
Yes.
Look, I can't remember what the word is to associate to remember a word.
You don't know what that's called.
Man. That's so smart.
You are super smart. Did you know that weight gain around this time of year may not be because of food?
Really?
I saw this in 2 different places. So, but it said like 2 different things. So, researchers have found that a lack of vitamin D, but I've also seen a lack of vitamin C reduces fat breakdown and triggers fat storage. So
Sounds great. That's exactly what I need.
It's not because of the pumpkin spice lattes that you've been drinking.
Right.
In case you were wondering. We're just storing
because
up. We're just storing up for the winter.
Right. It's just because, we're locked in a house with gray skies for like
I know.
8
Everyone's
months.
like so depressed about it.
That's okay. I'm actually I think it's nice that we get like a change here. I know a lot of people like hate it, but I'm like if you have the right gear and you're smart about it, it's nice to be able to like it's cold outside. I'm going to start the fire and and watch shows and drink coffee like warm and do all those things. Like it's just sometimes it's a good change. And I like playing in the snow.
So 2 things. One, I hate the snow. I hate the cold. Primarily, like if it just
Hate's such a strong word.
I know, which is why I used it. If it snowed but never got on the roads, I think I would enjoy it more. But I literally hate driving in snow and ice. Like it gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't want to focus on winter right now because fall is
I get
my
it.
jam.
I get it. That's
I
funny
do
though.
like fall.
I like driving in the snow because I like the challenge.
Oh, I hate it. It stresses me out.
Now I got all-wheel drive, so I'm
It
excited.
stresses me out. So like if I can avoid it at all cost, I will. And I make Brad drive.
Yeah.
And because oh my gosh, I'm getting anxiety thinking about it.
And that's okay. That's what we're for, right? Because dudes will go out there and do stupid stuff. I cannot tell you how many stupid things I did in my vehicles during
gosh.
when it's snowy out.
Now you have a nice new car.
Yeah,
So don't be doing stupid things.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, so really quick on the whole like show topic.
Yes, go ahead.
There is a TV show which I know that you've probably never watched, Gilmore Girls.
I like how you say never because that's not true.
Okay.
Thank you, Audrey.
Audrey watches. Okay, it's her jam. Good. Okay, I have a question
It's
for
okay.
you.
It's not bad.
Do you have like a constant vibe and a feel of fall watching that show?
I could see that.
Because everyone I talk to that watches it just like this warm fall vibe every time you watch it.
Stupid theme song's always stuck in my head.
It's so good.
I'm just saying, like, when you mention it, the first thing it starts playing is that song, and I'm just like, because she was super into it not too long ago.
I love that show,
and she watches it a lot, and
so
like, I was like, that's cool.
You
got to be a good boyfriend. You got to sit there and watch that stuff, and it's not. There's certain things like it's not as hateful as some of the other stuff. I'm like, I can do this.
Brad can't stand it because he's like, they talk so much and so fast. And I'm like, so?
Yeah, you're like, well, you kind of live with someone.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
he's like, I want to watch on TV.
Every time
live with it.
Every time he says that, you got to be like, so do you dislike me?
Yeah, I know.
Like, really,
so
Brad?
You hate me?
Right?
It's
okay.
No, I always get that vibe watching the show. And so whenever fall time comes around, I'm like, yep, it's time to watch Gilmore Girls again.
Right, just gonna get the.
I don't know what it is. I think one is like a lot of their. I think it's probably because it probably came back like in the fall, like the new season started in the fall, so it has more of a setting in fall, and like just the colors of the show are warm.
I was gonna say it's more of a warmer color. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. No, when you said it, I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah,
yes. Right. I need to watch that show.
Look at you now. You're like, I'm going to go home and watch me some.
I know. I've got plans today, but never mind. I'm going to put my sweatpants on. We'll watch Gilmore Girls. And drink my pumpkin spice.
That was super. We went to dinner last night and just wore sweats. And I was like, yes. Yes. We're so excited.
Wait, why are you saying it like that?
Went to the China buffet.
Oh.
Love me a good buffet.
I love Chinese.
Oh.
Why is takeout so good, though?
Like, I don't know. Like, there's so much going on there. I don't want to know.
Just taking it home in your sweatpants, sitting on the couch watching a show, and just like cuddled up in a blanket eating takeout. What is that? Specifically takeout, though. Like Chinese takeout.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Like,
it's such a vibe.
And it's completely different. Like, even if you cook at home, you like cook and then sit down, like, it's like, by the time you sit down, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And like when you bring it home and it's like in a little box and it's like, I'm just going to sit here.
But I don't have the same feeling when I get a pizza.
No, it's different.
It's different.
Pizza's like a party food.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not like, oh, it's a chill night, let's just get some pizza. You're like, it's a chill night, like we're going to sit here and watch some TV. Like, yeah, I want some Chinese.
Now I want Chinese. Thanks so much for that.
I keep doing that to everybody. I'm sorry. That was like last night. She's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, Chinese sounds really good. So we just drove to Franklin. I'm like, let's go eat some Chinese.
That sounds so good.
The funny thing is one of my favorite things on the buffet are those little like sugar biscuits, those little fried sugar biscuits.
Give it to me.
Those things are so good.
Yes. What is that? Is it just a roll like dipped in sugar?
It's a fried roll dipped in sugar.
The Lord do bless.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I think I had like 3 last night, and I was like, those things are good. And then you can like, if you're feeling like, if you really need your fix, like you put some of those in the bowl, and then you put ice cream over the top. She knows.
We are blessed.
We're gonna have to get the 4 of us together.
No, we do. Yes. Oh
I say
gosh.
Next giveaway is just a basket of China buffet gift cards.
Do they have gift cards, you think?
Oh, they gotta have gift cards. Well, I don't know. The only thing is like we went last night. I'm like, do they have like beer and wine and stuff? I don't think they do.
Oh.
They just have a fountain machine. It's either water or you get yourself an orange soda.
So there's this like Chinese restaurant on the north side. I'm totally spacing what it's King something.
They're all King something. I think the one we went to last night was King Buffet.
Really?
Yeah.
So this isn't a buffet. This is like a sit down like Chinese restaurant.
Gotcha.
But you can order beer or wine there.
Okay.
And that was like a place where like Brad and his family used to go like all the time. It's like super nostalgic. So we've been up there a couple of times.
I could go again today.
It's so good.
It can't be good for you.
And I even think that like next day Chinese is even better.
Yes.
Like,
yes. It's so good. Just stick it in the microwave and pull it out. And it's just like 8,000 degrees, but it's so good.
I'm so happy you feel the same way because I feel like this is not bougie enough for you.
I know. It's like one of those things that I'll like,
It's your guilty pleasure.
Yes, I'll take a couple notches down just to go to the...
Oh, it's so good.
But still,
we spent too much time talking about this.
I know. But that's okay, And I want to throw something out here. I have one more thing that I want to talk to you about, unless you have something.
Nope. Go for it.
Sweet. But before we get to that, I have an issue with this coffee.
What's your issue?
The stuff
remaining.
The stuff it leaves on the bottom. Ugh. It's like chunky, like
I know.
milk, like
I know.
gooey, like it. Just a word of advice: if you go for the instant, it just leaves some of the powder. It kind of turns into like I don't know. The only way I can think of it is like mud.
Stop.
It's like a mud texture at the bottom of it.
Do you think it needs to be stirred more?
I really don't want to drink it.
Not shaken?
I mean, it was good up until this point. I'm like, I really don't want to drink like the thick, like goo at the bottom, like the pumpkin goo.
Pumpkin goo.
It's chunky. It's. I just want to,
Maybe I just didn't stir it well enough.
Maybe.
User error 2.0.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Let us know if you try it, if it does the same thing to you.
If you like it, if you hate it.
Because I know they have other flavors too, but
right.
Like it's nice keeping it in your desk as long as you can get hot water. Just like boop.
Yep.
And believe me, it's still better than like using a Keurig, and that's what I used to do. Because I was like, I hate the Keurig, so I'll just put the cup underneath, get hot water from the Keurig, and then do my instant coffee.
Really?
Yep. It's a good way around it because you can, like I said, with the little packets, you can just keep them in your desk, and you're good to go.
That's fair.
Okay.
What's your last?
Just wanted to throw that out
for
there.
Me.
So last thing. So I just want to ask you today.
Okay.
And I'm
nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Okay. Don't be nervous.
Okay.
And then we'll talk more. We'll talk a little bit more about this like next week or next one we do.
Okay.
Don't want to make any promises.
I know.
I feel bad now. What I wanted to ask you, this popped into my head this morning when I got up. I was like, what are we going to talk about? This came to my mind. What inspires you? Like what?
Wow.
I'm just curious, like, because we're both, creative people. We're pushing hard. We've talked a lot about different business ideas and, trying to be entrepreneurial, like all those different things. And people who do those things, they don't, there's motivation, there's inspiration from something. Like, what pushes you to do that? I was just curious to ask you because we've never talked about this.
I wish you would have given me more time to think about this so I could give like a full answer, because I feel like later I'm going to be like driving home and realize, oh, I should have said this.
And that's okay.
We should have a more like dedicated episode to this. But
I want to do that because as we talked about upcoming, I have a video coming out to explain some of that on my side. And I want to dive into that a little bit more after the release this week. So
okay.
I figured I'll go ahead and talk to you and kind of get your take, and then we'll expand upon this a little bit more once we can talk more.
So it's so funny because like my first thought is like when I was younger, like I just always wanted to be doing something. Like I
mean, just like staying busy.
Yes, just like staying busy, going out and doing things. I think like first off, that's just my personality and like just being with people.
Yep.
Like I can even remember like when Lauren and I were like really young and we either weren't old enough or just we weren't going to like a summer camp. Like I would do anything that I possibly could to do that in like our own house and like setting that up with my parents and like making these things happen. I'm like, okay, how can I like work with you for you to give me money so we can buy more stuff to like do this?
Right.
Like that's like one of my like first thoughts. But what inspires me, like,
so it's kind of built in from the get-go. Like
I
that
think
just personality wise, you were like, how do I kind of grow but on my own?
Yes.
And okay. That makes sense.
I think I get a lot of inspiration from honestly from social media and following people that I think have a similar mindset and creative mindset as I do. I don't know. Like, I get a lot of inspiration from videos, I will say.
Okay.
Like, there's quite a few girls that I follow that are into like makeup and style and like just like really cool, well done videos that I'm like, oh, like I want to do that or something like that. And I don't know.
I get that.
It's kind of hard to like explain, I feel like.
Well, it's an interesting question. You know, I mean, it sounds really simple, but then when you start to get into it, you start to think about it. And you're like, oh gosh, like what really does, you know?
I know. And I think too, the other thing that inspires me, I think now more so that I'm older, is knowing that a lot of dreams and ambitions that I have can become a reality.
Right.
And I think that that not only inspires me, but like motivates me, because I'm like, okay, this can actually be a reality. So,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think inspiration and motivation go hand in hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I think just seeing like, oh, I want that.
Right.
Like I want to do that.
Yep. And you're like, I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's different between like when you're a kid and when you get older. You start to get older and those dreams morph a lot of times into something a little bit more attainable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're not like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. Not that a lot of people make that happen, but I guess just an example of that, right? It's just like, oh, but then you're like, oh, well, maybe that turns into, astrology or something along those lines. But
right.
I get it. You manage those expectations and then you grow up and you're like, man, I actually do have this skill set.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I will also say, and this is probably like a total like basic white girl thing.
That's okay.
Like Pinterest really does inspire me. And I like have a million Pinterest boards that are all like so specific. Like I should show you sometime, like certain like shots and like themes and like colors and the way things are shot. Like I just have so many of them, and I actually love to like make an inspiration board. Like I feel like that is
no, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I know when we were getting ready to take those pictures, you had gone in and you had put me on some Pinterest board and you were like, these are different shots we could do. And I was like, okay. Audrey just did the same thing with me when we shot some stuff the other day. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I can't get behind, but I get that. I like that.
Yeah. It's a good tool.
It is.
I think.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, it's a newer technology of a inspiration board.
Right.
Yep. Like, for instance, like I redid my mom's workspace and she does a lot of like wedding accessories or bridal accessories, whatever. And I had an old bulletin board and I was like, I'm going to like actually make this into an inspiration board and like printed out all these pictures of different things and like collaged it all together.
Yep.
And I was living my best life, dude. Now I'm not even going to lie.
Like,
I'm like, I feel
amazing.
like I need this like for myself, but
right.
like a whole wall.
Mm-hmm. That'd be tight.
So tight, right? Like in an office space.
I'll
report back to you guys when we have a house sometime. Just like a whole wallpaper of it.
They talked about that a lot when I was doing my training for real estate. They were like, the lady who does our training, Amy, she's amazing, and she was trying to get everybody to do like vision boards. Mm-hmm. And those are legit. I like lists. I don't have to have the picture.
Yeah.
Like, I like to make my list, and which I'm checking things off one day at a time, which is pretty awesome.
Proud of you.
I have like one thing left, and it's little, so I'm like, I can
do that.
I can wait.
I will also say color.
Yep.
Color inspires me.
Yes. I always love your color themes.
Yes.
Because you always theme everything specifically.
I feel like in, not that I've not liked color in the past, like I feel like I am very drawn to brightly colored things and sparkles.
Sparkles.
But like in the last year, I just feel like I've seen myself follow more and more and more like Instagram accounts where it's just like this explosion of color on their page, and I'm like, yes.
Well, and it's amazing how much of that you can see now.
Yes.
See, and you're gonna laugh, like that's why I've always bought. It's like Samsung was one of my favorite phones to buy because they always oversaturated their colors on their screens. Everything looks more vibrant because that's just the way they do it.
Interesting.
And I love that because you just look at it and you're like, oh, the colors just pop off of this.
Yeah.
And it all depends upon how they do that. But so I get it.
All right. I feel like we should.
We're going to expand upon
We
this.
should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer. Very cool. We're going to talk more about this for
yeah,
sure.
I need to write things down so I have a good collective thoughts on it.
Well, Liv and I have a lot in the pipeline. We're trying very hard to keep up on everything. Just managing schedules and figuring things out. We're still in our first year, so bear with us. We're sorry we missed some episodes, but Liv and I
you have plenty to catch up on.
Yeah, we texted each other last week, and I was like, I'm so tired, my face hurts. And she was like, same. We were both feeling it. This week was a little bit more chill. Was it for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yep.
You have like that balance. Mm-hmm. I sold a house this week, so that's good.
Happy for you.
Woo-hoo.
Nice job.
And got a car.
He got a new car, y'all.
Yes. This was a long time coming. I think we talked maybe like 2 or 3 episodes ago, and I had said how I was frustrated, with the credit process and all that, but I just stuck to it and got it done. So
proud of you. Yeah, I'll have to post some of those shots that you took or Audrey took. They're baller.
Yeah, she's killing it. She's
an up and coming photographer.
She is. I've been helping her out, and she's been using the camera and helping me out a ton, which is awesome. And she started her LinkedIn account. What is it that you're trying to do? Just anything? You're saying you just want a job?
She's like,
yeah. She's looking for a job, so she's getting ready to graduate, be a geologist in December. So hire.
So cool. Hire her.
What's the one? Environmental something? Environmental consultant.
Wow, that sounds fancy.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
It's a cool title.
Like, yeah, my girlfriend, she's an environmental consultant.
So it's not a big deal.
She's just like getting rid of global warming, but it's all good.
Whatever.
She's fixing climate change.
She's working with Bill Gates. It's fine.
Right. Before we leave, have you watched it?
Yes.
Amazing.
Just watched it. Finished it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's great.
It was really good because Bill Gates has always been such a private person. And the cool thing is, so The Verge, the tech reporting website that I pay attention to, like they post 2 podcasts a week. Mm-hmm. Middle of the week's an interview, and Fridays are always like their main just talk about what got released that week episode, which right now it's Techtober because everybody's having their events. But anyways,
gotcha.
So the interview was with the director from the Bill Gates documentary. Mm-hmm. And so it was super interesting to hear like the backstory and how he was able to go in and talk to Bill and do that whole thing and kind of like talk about the dude reads like what was like 14 books a week or something like that. So many. He just carries around a tote bag full of books.
Yeah. His library is insane.
Oh, it was crazy.
And books like he's like read.
Yes.
It is wild. You guys should watch it.
He's a
Which, by the way, I
guy.
knew very, very little of Bill Gates, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, again, like I was saying, like he was a super private guy. And even like Melinda like talks in the thing about how private she was. And so like you knew these things about Microsoft and him and his net worth. I mean, usually it was just, he's the richest man or whatever.
Right.
Then you hear those things, he invented software and he was with Steve Jobs, all that jazz. And so it's like, that's where it stopped.
Yeah.
And I knew that he had the foundation, but I mean, I figure, right, you with that much money, like you got to do something with it.
Right.
But the stuff that they're doing is super cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I thought it was really cool that he said that he like wants to basically give away all of his money by the time he dies.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Because it's so much. Yeah. Like it's an unfathomable amount of money and
continues
he just like
to grow.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Always. Oh my gosh, it's nutty. But yeah, you guys should
watch it.
You should watch it. Anyway. Tangent.
Right, I know. We've talked a lot about shows today. That's okay.
I know. Whatever.
Fall, you got stuff to watch. There's 3 episodes. They're 50 minutes a piece. Check it out on Netflix, and it's 4K. Anything that's in 4K, I like to watch.
Naturally.
Takes advantage of the, I'm like.
Can really see his wrinkles on his face.
You can, though.
Oh, man.
Okay. That's it for us. You good?
We're out.
We're out.
Let's leave.
Peace.
See you later. Cheers to your mud sludge in the bottom.